We're going to talk now about the Stellar Dynasty, and I'm going to show you guys some of the progress that I have already made, and I would recommend for you to also be prioritizing. Okay, now so here maybe you are not familiar with whatever it is in here, but we have experienced this in the Pioneer server, although I think I have mentioned most of the important things about the Stellar Dynasty in some of my previous videos or live streams. And we're just going to actually pile on the information right now so that you guys can actually have a better experience with the Stellar Dynasty. And so you also should know or would know my opinions and my experience and reaction about the Stellar Dynasty. First of all, I'm going to say it because I already did it in a short, that the Stellar Dynasty do really slaps, okay? It slaps, bro. I mean, I like this event. I like that they have centralized the store for all these events. So that, for example, you have missed the store on your elephant, on your golden elephant, you can still use those coins from your elephant here in the Stellar Dynasty. That's just one of the good things about this one. This is way better from the old Stellar Dynasty. Let's say this one is so aggressive when it comes to giving out points and giving out contributions. And in the process, this one also has a store that is pretty good, that every free-to-play player or low spenders, mid spenders, whoever you are, will enjoy and will be able to actually get what you need. But there is a pitfall here. There is a trap. Okay, there is a trap in these stores wherein I don't know if someone already told you about. Okay, let's go first with the store, because I know the players would love to know what is in store for them. What is at stake? What is really going to happen if I do this, right? But anyway, let's move on here. We have the Dynasty store. Now, there is a pitfall here, as what I call it. There are a lot of rewards. Ooh, exciting for everyone, right? Everyone is going to rejoice. Free-to-play players, oh, I can get this. I can get this by farming. I can get all of this by farming. Now, that's where you're wrong. You cannot get all of it. You're too greedy, huh? You cannot get all of it. Alright, that's the first pitfall. You think you can get all of it. I'm not going to say that you can, but hear me out. Before you are going to be excited, before you get yourself excited on the stores purchasing, speed ups, let's go purchase everything. Okay, let me just stop you there. There are a lot of things here, yes, right? But for me, my advice to you guys is it's not going anywhere. Test the water first. Know how far you can get, right? How far you can get to in order for you to actually know how much points you need in order for you to get to the certain area or rewards that you want to purchase, right? Next up is you need to know what you need to buy. Prioritization, number 2. Sometimes player has a tendency to purchase or impulsively purchase things that they don't really need. Like, for example, they saw a key, but they don't need a key right now. Alright, they need speed ups right now. Then they go to the key. There will always be keys here, to be honest, and also torches. But let me say, if you purchase the key here and you still have a lot of keys and torches in your inventory, and then you missed out on the opportunity to purchase on the speed ups. For example, you don't have enough to purchase everything. Now you will end up with keys and torches in your inventory. And you missed out on the speed ups that you could have used. And your keys and your torches will be useless and just sitting there in your inventory because you cannot freaking adjust or advance your research or your building or whatever it is, that you don't have enough speed ups. What's happening to your keys and your torches now? They're going to be useless, right? So that is another pitfall in this store. So as I've said, you need to know your priority. That's the only thing you need to purchase here. Do not be someone who is just impulsively buying stuff, and then after the fact of doing everything here, you will be the first one to actually complain that this store, maybe the store doesn't, maybe how you play or use the store or purchase from the store, that's what's right. Maybe how you treat the store is how it. Okay, I'm not saying that you. I'm just saying, let's be wise about this one. I'm a free-to-play player. I'm a low spender. I need to be wise on everything you do. That is why I know a lot of you guys are here in the channel, because you want to know first, or you want to see first for yourself. And you need advice on which you need to actually pursue. So this is also something like that. You need to prioritize what you need. Not just because I said you need this. No, it depends on what you need on your account. Every single player has a different need. The only thing that I will tell you is be wise, number one, and know your priorities. If you're going to get your keys and your torches, make sure you already have enough speed ups in order for you to use those keys and those torches. Because others are going to tell you, oh, the priority here are the keys and torches, and then you, as a player who doesn't know that you can actually just keep your torches and your keys in your inventory, are going to waste your torches and inventory because you cannot use them because you have no speed ups. So what's the priority there? Is it the keys or the torches? No, it's the speed ups, right? So it depends on each individual progress in the game. So as I've said, this is a pretty much good store. Even the amount of rewards, 8 hours for 20 pieces of 8 hours, that is 80 hours already, and almost all of them are pretty much achievable. So just be wise. Now here in the conquest store, you need to level up your conquest in here, which is like your island tactics, although you can only get it to level 40. But what are you doing right now? Go to your conquest, go to your island tactics, start your island tactics, because this is actually what you need right now. If you haven't yet started your island tactics, you are missing out because you need to already have this 40 pieces of your distribution or contribution points in order for you to have 40 pieces per hour. And also you need capacity here per hour. This is the one that you use in your deployments. I'm going to show that to you in a bit, but you need this too. So if you haven't yet started your island tactics, then you are far off already. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyway, as I've said, just start it right now. You should be at level 40 right now. Prioritize this. So it's like your old island tactics. You can get more contributions if you already are at level 40. Once the level 41 and up is open tomorrow, make sure you get to that level. Or if not tomorrow, maybe whenever they will be open, just check it out every single day so that you can increase your contributions that you can get per hour. Okay. Now, the rankings though are pretty bad, to be honest. Because look at this. 2 seconds, bro. 2 seconds. What the how can they kill off everyone in 2 seconds? I don't know, they just touched it? They just touched the troops? I think I am like in the 8 seconds, maybe? I think I'm in the 8 seconds part here. But you can see the level of competition already looming here. You can see the competition, right? So make sure you are already in your level 40 in your island tactics. Now, these levels of your island tactics is pretty important because you can also unlock the store, conquest store, which is this one. So this has like conquest level. For example, you have finished your 60 levels, you can now get the gem chest. Okay, so as I've said, your contribution coins are pretty much important, so you need to think what you need, because here in the conquest store, that is also what you're going to use as your currency. Another thing is here the rewards are more important than the first achievement store. You know why? Because some of them, like for example your gems, you need your gems, right? Especially free to play low spenders, especially this guy right here, raw iron. 600 raw irons. I know pretty much as one of my free-to-play players, as one of my accounts, that my alt account is a free-to-play player, I need raw iron. But that is not a priority, to be honest, because you can get raw irons through rallying tribes, right? But still, having that much extra is something to really think about. So you need to be really wise about purchasing in the conquest store versus purchasing in the achievement store, because they are two different bodies of rewards. Wherein the first one is more of the speed ups and everything you need in order for you to progress your research. Here, this one is mostly focused for your progress in with your heroes. So that's what I'm going to I'm going to differentiate this one. The achievement store is more focused on your progress on your research. Now on the conquest store, it is more focused on the progress for your heroes. Okay. So now the level store here are pretty much different because this is or will depend on your kingdom rank. So once your kingdom rank is opened, or everything here is opened, you will receive 170 hero medals. I will repeat that. 170 hero medals. Imagine that. That is like in the span of 1 month and a half. Plus, imagine that you have your BIP, you have 20 hero medals per week, which is 7 weeks times 20 is 140 plus 170 here. If your kingdom reaches the end here, you have like 310 in one Stellar Dynasty season if you are always going to purchase the BIP legendary hero medals. If you haven't reached that part of the VIP, you will at least get 170 just from this event. Just from this event, as long as your kingdom is pretty much active. So yeah, and on top of that, you will get skill scrolls and of course blanishing hammers. But those are just plus. For me, the most important thing here for free-to-play players also are the medals. Especially right now, we have new heroes, and I desperately need also hero medals. Let's just be frank about it. We always need hero medals, but it's not always the priority. If you are not going to be able to max out everything here, you really need to decide upon which you're going to really focus on. So as you can see here on top, since we are already here, this one here, you can get from the Golden Guardians and everything. This will now change your thoughts on the Golden Guardian, right? Because some players like me before, what we do with the Golden Guardians is after we finish it, we cannot get more points. Why bother to attack another Golden Guardian? It will only waste TP and everything like that. And you will only get like, let's say maximum 100 coins per Golden Guardian extra chest, right? But here it's quite different. Because here, as you can see, the Golden Expedition coin can be dropped also still by your Golden Guardians even if you have already finished the points, right? So until you max out the chest, I want you guys to do max your chest, because for me it's pretty important. So even if you max out your points on the Golden Guardian, attack more Golden Guardians so that you can get the chest for your Golden Expedition event. Especially if you're a free-to-play player, those spenders, I don't need you to teleport in all parts of the map. What I need you to port in on is a place in the map wherein you can do multiple Golden Guardians. It doesn't matter if the Golden Guardians is level 30, level 25, level 20, as long as you have multiple on your map. And then wait for a few hours again for them to respawn after you finish them all off, because it's going to respawn again in a matter of a few hours. So that's the technique wherein you only need to use like 1 or 2 teleports in order for you to get to that specific space. But you need to be wise though, because if you port in the enemy territory, that's not going to be the problem. So you need to be wise about this one though. Alright, next one. Okay, so this is pretty much easy to get, just participate in your Wonder Contest. And don't enlist in the Wonder Contest if you are not going to participate. That's actually the only wish of a lot of leaders in certain alliances. If you are not going to participate in Wonder Contest or BOD, just don't list or enlist. Okay, but right now I think this is pretty much important, so I think more and more players will become active when it comes to really participating in Wonder Contests. Now, here is another thing. The Primordial Dew, you can farm this during the Primordial Conflict. You can farm this. Free-to-play player, you can farm this. As long as the Primordial Conflict starts, you can actually farm this. Another one is also this one. Now, the Primordial Essence is quite different because you can get this from the... what do you call this? There is like an event in the Primordial Conflict wherein this is going to have like a timing every day. It's like twice a day, wherein there is like a treasure hunt event. But this treasure hunt event is on a specific part of the map, and also a specific server, because there are going to be 4 servers in one Primordial War, wherein there is going to be a random selection of which server there's going to be a warehouse, I think, or whatever it's called, or treasure house, or Primordial house, or something like that, or workshop, Primordial workshop, in a specific map or in a specific server, wherein you're going to actually fight for territory, wherein you can get the Primordial Essence and also some Primordial Juice. But once there is a Primordial Conflict starting in your map, there is always going to be the Primordial Juice, and this you can exchange here for your contribution, Dynasty Contributions, which is like 1,000, because you can actually farm this every day for the next 24/7. I think 24/6 or 24/7, because I'm not sure if it's 6 days, 5 days, or 7 days. But you can farm this 24 hours if you want to. There are going to be level 1, level 2, level 3. I'm not sure if there are level 4s, but yeah, you can do it. And while you're farming this Primordial Juice, you are getting buffs for yourself and buffs for your kingdom, because there is going to be amounts of Primordial Juice that you have farmed, wherein those that you have farmed it with has a corresponding buffs for you and for your kingdom. So it is pretty much important for players to actually farm the Primordial Juice, and this is where grinding is pretty much important. That is why I think free-to-play players, low spenders, mid spenders, are going to love this. Even without fighting, you can get your Primordial Juice. You can max it out if you have also great gatherers. You have more to farm. You will get more contribution points because of the Primordial Juice. In the process, you will also help your alliance, because as long as you farm, if in the end, before the final fight, your server has the highest farm Primordial Dew, you will host the Primordial final fight in the IC. You will host it, so you will have the advantage also of the buffs. You will have extra buffs on top of the buffs of unlocking the buffs that you have unlocked through your Primordial Conflict Gathering. On top of that, you will also get extra attack buffs and defense buffs, I think, during the final battle. And another thing that's great about that is you can use war machines because you are the host of the Primordial final fight. It's going to be like an icy fight. And also in that fight, there is also going to be workshop, where in those workshop, you can also fight inside those workshop to get your Primordial Juice and Primordial Essence per second, something like your treasure hunt event. Besides attacking the icy, of course. But anyway, that is just like an early preview just for you guys. So as I've said, free-to-play players, low spenders, you can use your best ability to grind and get Primordial Juice, because I know a lot of Krakens there. Some Krakens are not going to really farm that much, because let's face it, Krakens do purchase bundles for a reason, because they have money, right? They don't do grinding, they don't do this stuff here, and most of us who really needs these points without purchasing anything will really do the grinds here, and in the process you will help yourself because you can get more contribution points, you can get more rewards for this, and in the process also you are helping your alliance and your server in order for you to win in this Primordial conflict. Now here on the MEE points though, I'm not just sure how many we can still get from the Mightiest Empire coin, from the Mightiest Empire when it comes to the coins here, but I think last time I had like, I forgot how much it is, like 6k, 10k, 12k, something like that, around that amount I think that I have. Although you can exchange it for like 12k also of your contributions, which is, I don't know if it's a fair amount unless we experience it. But as I've said, as you get how at least how much you can get from each of the events, because pretty much everything from all the events are important in here. So yeah. Okay, so hopefully I did give you the best that I can when it comes to explaining the store in the Stellar Dynasty. Now here, as you can see, you will also get rewards, but this is like from your Stellar Glory event, where in the first prize, the first one on the rankings will have this rewards, Dynasty Emblem. You will still get this one, and it still has like a limit. I don't think that this is permanent. It's 42 days. And then extra Dynasty Contributions. Now these Dynasty Contributions will be for each individual, not just for the king or something. So for us, like for example, we are here right now, so these are going to be our, well, let's face it, these are going to be our frame and everything once this finished. Also here we have a weekly rewards. So week 1, when you finish the week 1 on this spot, on this number amount of, like, let's say rankings, these are the consecutive rewards that you can get. And then, of course, the first one, whoever is on top will have more Dynasty Contributions. So yeah, I think it's good that they have still extra weekly rewards like this one. So this will really be team effort for everyone to actually win, at least on the top 5. Because these are not just based on, you know, based on fighting. There are certain areas to this one wherein you can compete or contribute in a way without even fighting. So yeah, everyone is important in here. Every contributions, every activity participations for me is important here. This is what I call a total grind. The higher your ranking is, the more participation you have, the more wins you have for the Wonder Contest and Battle of Dawn, the higher your ranking as a kingdom will be, and the higher reward and contribution points you will get, or dynasty points, dynasty contribution you will get. So for me, as I always say, I use my buffs mostly on these kinds of events to actually win it. And I think now is the best time to actually use my advice, or apply my advice to use buffs, even if it's purple buffs for your troop capacity, or blue buffs for your troop capacity, or purple buffs for your attack and defense, as long as you have buffs that can help you out win the overall event of the Wonder Contest or Battle of Dawn. Because you also have tasks. You also have tasks to win at least one of those in order for you to get a certain rewards, and it is here on your personal rewards. So this is the Stellar Dynasty, or Dynasty Commendation. So you have here your achievements, okay? Alright. So you have personal and kingdom achievements. So on your personal achievements, there is going to be certain quests in here that you need to accomplish, and there is certain amount of points here on your left upper side of each quest wherein you can get those amount of points. So for example here, this is a conquest. Now complete levels 50 this season, so we are still at level 40, so it's 40 out of 50. But once you have completed the 50, you will get the 70. But before that, there is like 20 here or 10 here, 20, 30, 40, and 50. I think, I'm not sure, I kind of forgot. But let's see, let's go first with the ones that we have claimed already. All right, so we have here spend empire coins. Let's face it, you are going to spend empire coins, right? So you can see here, if you spend 25 in total, this is in total empire coins this season, you will get 60 points plus 2k contributions plus speed ups. Now 20k, you also have consecutive rewards here, and then another 60 points. If you have spent 15k, you will still have this rewards here plus 60 again. 10 same, 8 same, 6 same, 4, 2, and 1. So those are the ones that you can spend your empire coins on. So it doesn't matter wherever you use your empire coins, but for me, I always use on the BIP to purchase hero medals. So I always get like 20, 30k per week for the empire coins because it's really important. And don't worry, every after a week you will have like, let's say 10 or 20k of empire coins, if I'm not mistaken. If you have been participating in the events for the week, you will gather around like 20k, 30k per week, depends on your alliance. Next up, we have alliance assistance also here. As you can see, these are the rewards that you can get, so it's pretty much given, and that these are pretty important. So as you can see here, the conquest also, so we are in 40, as I've said, 10, 20, 30, sorry, this is 25, so 10, 15, okay, so it started at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 40, and as I've said, you should already be at your max 40 right now, because if you are still not, you're going to lose some of the points that you could have gotten. Okay, so we also have here spend another empire coins until 30k here, so we need like 2k more in order for us to get this one. And here your speed ups, consume your speed ups. I think this is going to have more and more. I think, I don't know, I'm not sure about that one yet, but if you are in the MGE like me right now, even though you are not competing in the MGE, make sure that you spend your speed ups during the building, research, or training, in order for you to at least get this one, plus you use your speed ups in that event, and then you have extra rewards, right? Instead of using it right away. Because today, if you use it today, you will only get this one. You will not get extra rewards from your MGE. Unlike if you use that during your MGE, you can still get pretty much a few rewards in the process. So make sure you use the speed ups during the 4th day, I think, of the MGE. And I think it's going to be good after that one. So we also have here the assistance, as I've said, and I think that's the max of it. And then this merits right here, you're only going to get that once the fighting starts. And then participate here, as you can see, even if you just participate, you will get points, you will get contributions and speed ups. Also here, participate in the Mightiest Empire. Here, participate in the Desolate Desert. Participate in the Golden Expedition. Just participating will actually give you rewards. Participate again in the Starfall Vein. I kind of like the Starfall Vein right now because I have like a tactic I do to actually get number 1, even if there are Krakens and whales. Or maybe number 2, 3 sometimes, depends on the situation, but I have like a looming tactic that I use. But anyway, Wonder Contest here, participate in the Wonder Contest. Primordial Conflict, see how much points you need, because it's achievable. This is achievable. Obtain 6 million points in a single Mightiest Empire event. So this is not just particularly fighting. As long as you reach 6,000 points in any way possible in the Mightiest Empire, you can get the rewards. Okay, this is not just fighting. In the single desert event also, it's not always based on fighting, even in Golden Expedition. And then Starfall Vein, and then Fate in a single. Okay, so obtain 1,000 Fate in a single Battle of Dawn is like points, I think, in order for you to unlock that one. And then Wonder Points, it's easy to get actually 10,000 as long as you started the fight or the game with because sometimes there are players who were late in the Wonder Contest, so it's different. So make sure that you get that one. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the personal one. Now, the best part about that one is you actually are doing your personal rewards or personal achievement while doing also or getting also Kingdom rewards. So here, let me just show you what we already have first. So we have here Dynasty Achievements. So 350 players in the Kingdom completed 10 Dynasty Achievements. So the 10 Dynasty Achievements is what you have here on your personal Dynasty Achievements. So that is actually how much we already have. So these are 10. And then at least 350 players from your server should have done it. And then here, 300 players. And then here, 250 players. You can see how much we already are getting from the Dynasty contributions, which we can use. Imagine that. Now, another Dynasty achievement here, 100 players, 400 players in the Kingdom completed 5 Dynasty achievements, another 5 Dynasty achievements here. So as you can see here, this is a team effort, not just by you, but mostly the players from your kingdom or server. So most of that are actually those. Okay, level 10 here, 9. You can see how much we already have gotten from these events here without with just farming and everything. And then here, what's this one? This kingdom achieved 2 legion victories. So this is Battle of Dawn. So you need, this is where I told you that you need like victories in order for you to actually get some of the rewards. So that's why for me it's pretty important to actually use buffs during these events, because of course the other servers are going to want to win also to get this rewards in here. Especially it doesn't really matter if you use purple buffs or whatever buffs you have. You don't really need to always use the legendary one, especially if you're a low spender or free-to-play player. Extra buffs will help, but it doesn't really necessarily mean that you need your max buffs. But extra buffs will really help. Also here, Kingdom Rank 1 Primordial Conflict. Now this is a this is not an assurance though, because you need to be number 1 in the Primordial Conflict though, so this is not going to be always an assurance. Kingdom Rank 1 in the Desolate Desert. This is another one that is not going to be an assurance. Golden Expedition. Reached 1 victory in Golden Expedition. Now this can be achieved by your server. This can be achieved 100%. Now the other ones are consequential. So this is achievable. You just need to win. Also this Mightiest Empire is achievable. And what is this one? 100 players in the kingdom completed conquest level 60. Also, it's not still open. So you can see here how much we can actually get by just participating, by just doing daily quests and doing all the achievements here, so that you can get your hands on Dynasty Contributions, speed ups, and everything. So in the process, you have personal growth, personal achievement. Then in the process also, you are helping your kingdom, and while doing it, you are being rewarded for it. So what else can you actually ask for? And those Dynasty Contributions actually gives you a freedom to choose whatever rewards you need. So here, you are getting your contributions already, and the only remaining thing for you to do is actually use your Dynasty Contribution wisely. Okay, you can also see here the rankings for your alliance. And we are rank 29. Wow! That's how competitive this one is. Okay. So, glory records, you will see here all your kingdom records, all your personal records will also be seen here right now. So, you will see here the record, how many tribes you have eliminated now, gathered, total, eliminations in total for the seasons. So yeah, I think I have already explained everything you need to know about the Stellar Dynasty. Also, there are schedule here that will be helpful to you guys so that you would know what is upcoming on the schedule. Like for example, today or this week, sorry, we have week 1 with a Golden Expedition, week 2 MEE, week 3 Primordial Conflict, week 4 another MEE, and then week 5 we have Desolate Desert. Now you can see actually here that they have removed one Golden Expedition. The Golden Expedition is way too hard for free-to-play players or low spender to actually get points on, because you're always going to be targeted. Your seat is going to be targeted by other players. Okay, so we remove one of the Golden Expedition and replace it with another one, Primordial Conflict. Now in the Primordial Conflict, you don't really need to necessarily be unbubbled to actually participate in this one. You just need to be wise. This is, as I've said, like a TH, like an inter-server TH with the mix of an MEE, something like that. So as I've said, you don't really need to be unbubbled to be fighting here. Just go to the position and place your troops there, and then if you have been attacked, then you get points, and you don't really need to be unbubbled, because if you attack the enemy, you will be unbubbled. But if you have not been attacking them and they attack you, your bubble will still be there. So yeah, I think it's a better event than the Golden Expedition. I don't know about you guys, but I want to know what you guys think about the change also here from the Golden Expedition to the Primordial Conflict, and then having still 2 MEE, and then finally we got the Desolate Desert. And I want to get your guys' opinions about the new Stellar Dynasty. Is it good? Is it better than the Stellar Glory? What do you think is the strength of the Stellar Dynasty versus the Stellar Glory that we have before? But anyway, guys, I think that's it for the Stellar Dynasty. Hopefully, I got some feedback for you guys from you guys about the Stellar Dynasty, on your thought, on your suggestion maybe, or recommendation of how this can be improved, or if there is improvement, what do you want to actually see from this one? And hey, click on this video right here for more awesome TITOBODS content. Thanks for watching, you guys, and TITOBODS out.